Sonnet 57 by William Shakespeare, 1565 to 1616. Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour, whilst I, my sovereign, watch the clock for you. Nor think the bitterness of absence sour, when you have bid your servant once adieu. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be, or your affairs suppose, but like a sad slave stay and think of nought save where you are, how happy you make those. So true a fool is love, that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill. Okay, this is Sonnet 57 by William Shakespeare. In this sonnet, and in the next one as well, Shakespeare is saying the relationship is like Shakespeare is the slave or the servant, and the fair youth is the master. Shakespeare here is effectively saying that he is a slave to love, and he's both angry with himself for feeling like this, but he does feel like this. He has no life or wishes of his own. He's just waiting like a sad slave, as he puts it, for the commands of his master, for the commands of his of the fair youth who he loves. And in this state, Shakespeare is a slave to love, and there is a lot of irony in this poem, that Shakespeare feels it's very ironic that he feels like that. He's angry with himself as well, I think, for feeling like this. But he feels that the fair youth has thrown him away, that he's only there to be at the beck and call of the fair youth, and if and when the fair youth wants Shakespeare back, then Shakespeare will return to him like a faithful dog. And Shakespeare is saying, I am a slave to love, I'm in love with you. And this is maybe one of the bad sides of love, is that as long as everything's going well, that's fine, but I love you, and I want to be with you, and therefore I am your slave. Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? So I'm your slave, so what is there for me to do? The only thing I can do is make myself available when you want me to be there. When you desire something, then I need to be there. Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir? Then I am your as your slave of love. Then when you click your fingers, I will be there. I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. So I have no time of my own. My own time is nothing. I have nothing to do with my time until you ask me to do something. If you ask me to perform a service, to do something, and then I will be there. So I'm waiting for my time to be with you. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour. And I can't get angry. I can't tell the world off because the tedious hours slowly go by. And this is because Shakespeare's unhappy and he's away from the youth and he's wondering what the youth's doing, and clearly the youth is being unfaithful to him. He's with other people, and here Shakespeare's he's waiting until the youth comes back to him, or hoping that he comes back to him. And Shakespeare says he can't be angry with the slow hours that go by, whilst I, my sovereign, watch the clock for you. So I'm watching the clock, but I'm watching the clock for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to be ready for me. I'm waiting for you to have time to be with me. Nor think the bitterness of absence sour, when you have bid your servant once adieu. So notice his use of this word adieu. Adieu is goodbye forever. And he's saying here, I don't have the right to be bitter that you are away, even when you've said goodbye to me forever. So I'm your servant, I'm your slave, and if you say goodbye to me, if you sack me, then I can't be bitter about it. I just need to think that I'm lucky to have known you, that I don't have the right to be bitter and sad about it. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be, or your fair affairs suppose. So I can't question where you are, or what you're doing, or what's happening. Yeah, and my thoughts, I am jealous, my thoughts are jealous, but I don't have the right to be jealous. Yeah, because I am the servant and you are the master, and the servant has no right to be jealous, or to wonder what the master is doing, or to imagine what the master is doing. But like a sad slave, stay and think of naught. But I'm like a sad slave, a slave who stays, who waits and thinks of nothing, empty-minded. Say where you are and how happy you make those. And the only thing I need to think is that where the place where you are, how happy the people who are with you must be. So true a fool is love, that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill. So love is a fool, and in that, anything that you want, anything that you do, anything that you do, even if I don't like it, I can't think evil of you. I'm not able to be upset with you, to be sad about this, because you are the master and I am the slave, and you have all the rights. So I think in many ways Shakespeare's very ironic about this. He's sad, he's angry, but this is the situation, and this is as he needs to get used to it. He can't force the fair youth to love him. He can't force the fair youth to be with him. He just has to wait and hope that the fair youth will come back to him, that the fair youth will not spend all of his life with someone else. And maybe if the fair youth has said adieu, goodbye forever, to God, to Shakespeare, then Shakespeare has no right to be sad, because the fair youth is the master and Shakespeare is the slave. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 57 by William Shakespeare.